Peter Franchot has spent decades in elected office, the last several as state controller, and voters know him, his gimmicky ads and calming style. Now he wants to be Maryland's next governor.
I think the reason I'm popular with the voters is that they see me as someone who has the vision of an outsider, like they. And that's how they view me, an outsider perspective, but I have these insider skills.
That's because he spent 20 years in the legislature and 16 as comptroller, the state's fiscal watchdog, he says.
Throughout my career, I've been oriented towards talking to them, giving them a voice, or if they have a voice and nobody's listening, actually listening and amplifying it. And I think that's what results in my fact that I lead the polls, at least every poll I've seen. I've served people. I have produced, and the distinction between me and my opponents, who have lots of ideas, is that I've actually done things in Maryland year after year.
Franchot says that just because he is a Democrat, that doesn't mean he adheres to the party line.
If it's not good for the state of Maryland, I'm not going to be for it.
But Franchot has been under some fire for his friendly relationship with Republican Governor Larry Hogan, whom he has dined and found common ground with over the years. And likely, some say, the reason his gubernatorial aspirations were put on hold until now.
I find that Hogan is a rational, functioning, somewhat moderate, mature individual that I can communicate with. So from time to time I have been allied with him. But many times I've been opposed to him, and the key is that we agree to disagree without being disagreeable. We're not trying to demonize each other. Some of the leadership constantly come to me and say, can't you be more hostile to Governor Hogan?
Hogan, Franchot says, is polling well over 70% favorable among Democrats.
I'm not interested in, a food fight. I'm not interested in demonizing anybody, and I'm interested in getting the job done.
On the issues, Franchot promises a lot.
Once you, for example, in the first 3 months as governor, I'm going to say we're going to fix every pothole on state roads. We're going to pick up all the trash along state roads. We're going to have every state agency do what my agency does, which is answer the telephone promptly with a live, friendly, helpful employee.
While admitting that it may not all happen in 3 months, Franchot says he is trying to forge trust and confidence. He also wants to create 300,000 new homeowners and double the state's gross domestic product without raising taxes.
Well, I believe in the private sector. I believe in the free enterprise system. I believe in capitalism, even with all of its flaws. So I see the state of Maryland partnering on this concept of doubling the GDP. It's very aspirational. It's very aggressive.
With crime spikes in Maryland, Franchot says it's a key issue to address.
I actually saw part of my plan implemented. Governor Hogan had he took the hot spot up in Baltimore and he put a whole bunch of state police or elite law enforcement in there to bring down the temperature and make sure that it could be calmed down. The problem is he only left them there for a month.
He wants this for at least 6 months on a sustained basis.
But then we have to couple it with some form of community policing, because that obviously is the ultimate answer. Everyone in every community deserves to be safe.